in the room. You know, when the Christians come to our channels and do all that hate, they're just there to work you up. And if they work you up, they win. So we have to be the adults in the room. They get on our channels, they make those comments, and they're acting just like these little bratty children when they do it. And like they're throwing a tantrum because they can't get their way. They can't turn you into something you're not. They can't make you believe in something you no longer believe in or never did. As an ex-Christian, I believed in all that before, and I'm now atheist. And once you do the research and you realize it's just all a bunch of bull, you know, I keep saying, once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't put the genie back in the bottle just because someone wants you to. It doesn't work that way. Now, tonight I'm talking about projections, perceptions and projection, as I mentioned, and this pertains to Christianity. Barbara's that way. But yet, I don't encourage extremely hateful content. I mean, those who are just spewing the most hateful things. So projections. Say, you get these really hateful Christians who disagree with you. You're just trying to educate people about their religion and about the damages that religion does to society and the public. And you're just trying to do that. But then you get these Christians, you know, if you have a different belief than they do, they automatically see that as an attack, and then they get on your channel and they promote the most hateful stuff you can imagine in the name of their God and their religion. These are supposed to be loving Christians, and yet they spew the worst things you can think of. And then the projection I talk about is them getting on your channel to spew the hate and then accuse you of doing the things that they are doing. That you and others, I've gotten comments that I'm just mad, or I'm a leftist. In other words, I do things to make Christianity look bad, and whatever. Now that's just basically, you know, gaslighting that. But they get on there and they project. They say they've accused me of, you know, cherry picking. Like cherry picking Bible verses, cherry picking this and that, and then to make Christianity look bad. So that's projection, because really they're projecting as we're trying to claim they're the ones who are cherry picking out what they like, and the rest of the stuff in the Bible they ignore because that denomination just doesn't like it. But that's why the Bible contradicts itself in several instances, and so that's where it can't be relied upon for the truth. And so we're going to turn back around now. There's a car coming over there. So, you know, they project. So they're accusing me of cherry picking and whatever when they do it, and I'm just trying to call it out. And then they get on my channel, they spew a bunch of hate and claim there's no contradictions in the Bible, you know, God this and that. And then they say, I'm just mad. Or that I'm hating on them. You know, I get comments that I'm hating on them or this and that. And they're coming to my channel, which is supposed to educate people on the dangers and damages of religion on society, especially Christianity, and teach about the history of the ancient Jews and the religions. And so I'm doing it from an educational viewpoint. And they're getting on my channel and spewing the worst hateful stuff. And then they accuse me of spreading hate and making Christianity look bad, when they're coming on my channel and spreading hate, and they claiming that I'm just mad. Well, my gosh, you look at the comments that they make, they're just mad. They can't take. I had this one person also projecting, this Christian gets on there, quotes Bible verses, and he expects you to believe it simply because he says it. But they claim, well, it's in the Bible. Since Jesus said it, that ends the conversation. They don't look into the facts of the matter like we have. And so the religion is based on fear. It uses fear tactics to control. It'll use any tactic it can to get you to comply and obey. And, it's manipulation. And it's not the truth. You shouldn't just believe something simply because the next person wants you to. That's not how that should work. You need to be able to have the facts to back it up, more than just a Bible. You need to have some sort of proof. Like, I've got a camera right now. You can clearly tell the sky is gray. If I say the sky is blue, you're just going to laugh at me, which is precisely what I do with these Christians who quote Bible verses and, claim Jesus said it, therefore it's true. I do apologize for the sweat. It's humid today, so this doesn't look very professional, me doing it, but I just can't help it. There's no way I can stop myself from sweating just for you. So really, so today was perceptions and projection. So they will project onto you what they themselves are doing. And that's narcissistic behavior. And they will also claim you are hating on them when they come to your channel and spew out the worst, most hateful things you can think of. And then also claim that you can't take someone else's viewpoint when they're showing you that they can't take your viewpoint if they're getting on your channel and spewing all this hate. So it's projection. And I found a comment someone online had been, of course, preachy on an atheist channel and stated, they stated something about, well, Jesus has already arrived. The second coming. Says Jesus already came. You just can't see him. And I said, I told them, I said, Santa Claus comes every year. You just can't see him. Like, what? You don't believe me? And I'm trying to make a point here. They wouldn't believe in Santa Claus. If I told them he existed, they wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they've never seen him before. He's never done that. You have your false Santa Clauses and that, but, I'm trying to make a point. What's the reason why you don't believe in Santa? Because he doesn't exist. You haven't ever actually seen him. I mean, the real Santa Claus isn't even real. So if somebody is saying Jesus already came, you just can't see him, well, fine then. Santa Claus comes every year. You just can't see him. What, you don't believe me? I said he exists, so therefore you should believe me. Really bitched out last night. I got pissed off. I went live, and of course I hardly have any subscribers, so nobody was watching at the time. But I get sick of these people getting on there. You know, I have something important to discuss. I talk about the dangers of religion and everything. And yet, I get these people that tell me, in other words, they'd rather block my channel because of an AI thumbnail rather than coming to listen to the message I had to give. I think the bigotry of what these Christians are doing to us, the dangers of religion, the damages, and what all they've done to us in history, I think is far more important. And what they're doing is immoral, and yet their thing is they get after me for using AI to create a thumbnail or a visual. They are more concerned with thinking that a thumbnail and a visual is disgusting and immoral, and yet they're perfectly fine with the bigotry and everything that their religion promotes. And all the hatred and discrimination, they're perfectly fine with those kind of things. But they're not fine with an AI image. So this is just very ironic. You know, these religions, they're always judging. They're always judging. And as long as their Bible promotes it, or their religion, they don't see anything wrong with what they do. And they have been guilty of the worst kind of atrocities. You know, their religion has committed many crimes against humanity. And yet they want to come on my channel and complain about an AI thumbnail or AI visuals that I use in my videos. And they want to complain like, you need to take that out of there. Or, I blocked your channel because you had an AI thumbnail. And for one thing, I asked today, I put a comment on his today. I left it on the channel and I said, yeah, and if you blocked my channel because of the AI thumbnail, then how is it that I'm actually seeing your comment after you supposedly blocked my channel? After he supposedly blocked my channel, he said he blocked my channel because of the AI thumbnail. Well, when you block someone's channel, you or them can't see each other, and thus I wouldn't be able to see his comment. Why am I seeing his comment if he blocked my channel? I'm not one of them AI channels that produces, just have an AI produce everything within a matter of minutes and have an AI talk and everything faceless. I work hard on my channel. Just because you see some visuals and thumbnails and that, you're declaring war on a computer program, refusing to listen to reason and listen to the person who's actually speaking. You would rather condone immoral acts but because of your religion. You would rather condone, by condone I mean favor, those acts and make excuses for your homicidal, psychotic maniac of a God. You make all sorts of excuses for, but it's me who gets in trouble from you people because I use AI in my thumbnails and visuals. I think you need to rethink your priorities here for those of you who are getting on me about doing that, because I am in the video and I work hard at it, and you're just at war with some computer program or even some computer chip. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with all you can.